What's up, y'all? Exodus 1, aka Indigo Sky, aka Triple Rank, and I want y'all to like, subscribe, definitely hit the notification bell if you like to follow me on any other platforms. Everything is in the description of my YouTube at the top. If you'd like to support the channel, Cash App is in the description. With that being said, let's get this show on the Rizzle. Hold on, y'all. I'm gonna do the intro song and all that tonight, bro. Give me a second. Give me a second.
You are watching a master at work. Trapaholics, real trap shit.
And man, y'all hit the Cash App up. The goal for this video, $20, man. $20. Everybody hit me up with $1 piece. Cash App in the description. Y'all hit me up. Hit me up. What's up? What's up? Where you coming from, Morris? Where you coming from? Where you coming from, bitch? PA in the house. That's what's happening, man. That's what's happening.
And I knew right from the start I was too much. I'm closer than you think to the stars. Nigga, look up. Don't need to act these hoes. I simply tell them that they ain't.
Looking out across the nighttime, the city waits, the sleepless eye. Hear her voice, shut my window, sweet seducing sigh.
How am I doing tonight? Shit, I'm doing good. Just chilling, man.
Into the night,
Just got off the phone with my girl and shit. Her crazy ass. She talking that crazy shit. Her country ass. Goddamn. Just got off the phone with my old lady, man. What's up? What's up? Man, y'all hit that Cash App up. Gold tonight, $20, man. I'm trying to get a little, quick little WW tonight, bro. Hit me with the dub.
does it do me that way? I say why?
don't know. I'm not famous. I only got three viewers. I'm not famous yet. When I get famous, I have millions of views. But until then, I'm still chipping, trying to go up the ladder on YouTube. Thank you so much. Divine Being. I like that. Divine Being. That's tight. Overpowered Divine Being. That's dope. I like that name. Hey, where you tapping in from, the Divine Being? You know somebody named Jack? Since you Divine Being, do you know Jack? It's a joke. Jack and the Beanstalk. I know it's corny. I know it's corny. I know it's corny, dog. Jack and the motherfucking Beanstalk. Where you coming from, though, Bean? Y'all hit that cash up, man. We're gonna buy tonight. We're gonna buy tonight, y'all. We got a good one to go into tonight, too. We got a good one to go into tonight, man. We got some information on one of the people who killed XXX spoke out tonight. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. Give me a second. Give me a second, y'all. Give me a second. Waiting on that big soundboard to load up. Play some more music. This other phone. Okay, there we go.
Here's a secret trick to create a music video using your face and voice. The app is called Mozart AI. You record a short voice sample and it analyzes your voice. Then you pick a song you want to cover and upload your photo. That's it. Mozart AI create your music video in seconds. It's amazing.
All right, let me go to my page. Let me go to my page right quick. Let me go to my page right quick. Hold on, yeah. Hold on. Trying to find a beat.
I'm from the heart.
Thank you. I think I got this hat from, I don't know where the hell I got that hat from. I got so many hats, I don't even know where the hell I be getting these motherfuckers from. Hey, where you tapping in from, B? said my glasses are cool. Yeah, one of my coworkers gave me these damn glasses. I got a whole bunch of shit. I had these on today. These are Pradas. Goddamn Prada. These are Darth Vader joints. Man, I ain't gonna lie, man. I'm living my damn dream. I'm living the dream. I ain't lying to you, bro. I'm living the dream right now. We about to check out. We about to react to Hip Hop Buddha. I'm trying to. It's an update on something about XXX.
I celebrate.
Let me see. Oh shit! More lies. Oh man. David breaks his silence on being accused of murdering Celeste. I slick want to see this update. What's up? What's up, Bean? What's up, Bean? Hey. I think I'm gonna do this Poetic Flocko one first, and then I roll back to Hip Hop Buddha. We about to react to. I'm gonna see what the hell this boy David talking about. Let's see what he talking about. We about to check out Poetic Flocko, y'all. Y'all go check his channel out. That's what we're reacting to.
Is it a sin to gossip as a Christian?
Yeah, sometimes sometimes don't be nobody in here, bro. Like, I just be chilling.
Proverbs.
We finally got some type of
But you can't get the numbers unless you on here, so it is what it is.
response or proof of how David feels about being accused of murdering Celeste. But before we get into his response to killing Celeste, we got some really major updates since our last video that we got to get into. We now have a clearer picture of when David may have met Celeste, and it's worse than we all thought. David may have met Celeste when she was only 10 years old. And this has been verified and talked about.
God damn. So this man been messing with this girl since she was 10 years old. What the fuck? Oh, nah, it's cool, man. Shit. I mean, that's what I'm on here for, man. Reach out to people, bro. That's what YouTube for, to reach out to the world, man. Oh, go check out my last short, man. I did a dope little freestyle on the Winning Beats beat. Go check her out on Instagram, The Winning Beats. Yeah, I ripped one of her beats up on the short. Go check that out.
By some first-hand people who may have been there.
But before David was David, he used to go by the name Chronic Ant.
For hours the week was called there.
Chronic Ant was a really good Fortnite player.
Oh, wait. Hey.
When Celeste was first identified, I had came across some comments that said that they knew David, they used to play with him, and he used to always have his girl around. Looking back on it now, they 100% think that was Celeste.
Yeah, I'm definitely
This
begging.
sickens me, dude. I was in zone wars with both of them.
Y'all hit the Cash App, man. Hit up dollar a piece, man. Hit the Cash App, bro. Yeah, I'm damn sure here begging. Thank you.
I
Appreciate
thought the
it.
little girl in the lobby was someone's sister on the game. I always had a weird feeling about him. I didn't even know he was David.
I'm trying to find a clip of me, Celeste, and David in a call. I knew I should have said something, bro. I thought he was just being normal. We were queuing up in Fortnite with random people, then we queued up with Celeste. At first, it was normal. Like 3 months go by, and I notice it's getting weird. Like, how does he know her entire story? I'm thinking he's just being nice to this kid like a brother. It got weirder every time we would play together. Eventually, he did his own thing.
I was in a lobby while she was there, and that was only one time. I assumed it was someone's sister. Thinking of everything makes more sense now.
Do you remember anything weird about the conversation? Do you remember her username?
I don't remember her username, but there wasn't any weird vibes. We were playing Zone Wars, and she'd just make little comments like everyone while playing. But Ant would joke about SA all the time, and other weird things like severe dark humor, and everyone that's played with him can confirm.
What year and month was this, if you can remember?
January, February 2020, or can be 2021, because it was before I stopped playing, and I stopped playing around then.
And you're sure it was her?
100%. Couldn't have been anyone else.
Yo, I'm watching the live right now, but I just want to say this because me and my friend are trying to recall everything. We were all in a Fortnite team called Chronic, which is where I met him. He met her in like 2021 through Fortnite, I'm pretty sure. And then he made her get Discord. Everyone in the team knew about her, and he would joke about it and brush it off every time it got mentioned. That's all I personally know, but my friend Pistol knows more because they talked way more. She would literally say, but then follow it up with a joke. So I don't know if she was being for real or not. He was also just a weirdo, to be honest. He used to send
So this man was messing with this girl since she was 10 years old, bro. Cut it out, my nigga. Watch out, bro.
group chats.
If everything that they allege was
Hide
true,
your
David was
kids, my
15
nigga.
years old and Celeste was 10.
I've never seen anybody obsessed with gore that turned out to be a normal human being. I've never seen somebody who is so obsessed with gore, they're sending pictures of people getting cut up, dead by, and they ended up being a normal, productive, fruitful human being. It's never happened. Now, a 15-year-old hanging out with a 10-year-old is odd. It's very odd, especially if you are or somebody who's finding interest in her. Right now, I understand they're both minors, I guess, but that's still nasty. It's still creepy. It's still weird, right? It's still just as bad as him being, I don't know, 20 or 21 or 19 or 20 dealing with a 14 or 15-year-old. It's still just as bad. He was turning 16. Because I believe David is like 5.5, maybe 5 and 7 or 8 months older than Celeste. So he was turning 16. So no, I don't feel like this is any better that he met her when he was a minor. No, like you as a 16-year-old or 15-year-old, you should have no interest in a 10-year-old. You are creepy and you are freaking weird.
That nigga is a goofy. For real, bro. Now he's in jail and he might not never get out. That might get his man the death penalty, bro.
Right? It's bizarre. Honestly, I'm not surprised because everybody who knew David at that time or the people who were around David in that Discord or fans who were like really close with David and knew intimate details about, I guess, his like social life, they were all considering David like an absolute creep and weirdo. Like in this particular TikTok where David is asking people, does anybody have any tips on how to not be the literal worst person in the world? So he considered himself the worst person in the world. I wonder why. Somebody commented like, yo, just don't fool around with minors. It's literally not that hard. And this was in 2023. So this was an open thing that everybody who was around this dude or who knew intimate details about him knew, right? That he was a diddler, right? Now, but he surrounded himself by people and fanboys who will go above and beyond to protect him and hide his secrets of diddling. We even see when he was live and he told everybody, delete this, delete this, delete this, when Celeste let it slip that he was raping her.
We all seen that. Well, I don't know if y'all seen the video, but it's a video out where him and Celeste is on live stream. And she called this man out on the live stream and he started talking about delete the video, bro. Like, nigga, you was a goofy, dog.
Now, this particular person is another fanboy. His name is Zerx. This is a leaked Discord message. This is September 13, 2025. This is like 5 days after Celeste's body was found. And you know what this fanboy is telling people in the Discord? People who knew intimate details about Celeste and David's relationship. This fanboy is telling people, hey, bruh, don't say nothing about the matching tattoo that David and Celeste had. You know, because if you say that, you know, it'll get David in trouble. I'm like, what? You really, yo, I'll be real, yo. A minor body is found chopped up in his Tesla. And the first thing on your mind is, hey, bruh, do not give too much information that could get David in trouble. It was people like this that protected David for so long and why David was able to even do this to Celeste and get away.
I mean, I blame the people who knew about this shit, bro. Like, man, watch the fuck out, bro. Like, y'all knew this man was messing with a minor and didn't call the police, bro. You just as guilty as David, bro.
I can't even tell you how old that Discord mod is, right? I guess if it's like a 13-year-old in Discord typing this, is some excuse for it, right? Because, you know, like you're 12, you're an idiot at that age. You don't know no better. You look at David as your god and you probably think, you know, he's completely innocent. And David was really great at selling this dream that he was innocent, right? Because messages leaked of David talking to people around him after Celeste's body was found and while he was being investigated. And from these messages, Brad, like you would think this is some type of God-fearing, super Christian guy, and not this super gore-obsessed pedo in which David is.
So David's messages got leaked that had his thoughts when the investigation was ongoing for Celeste Rivas Hernandez. And these messages were leaked by a singer named Caden Neese, who has had an online relationship with David for years. And big apologies to Caden Neese, because I did think that these DMs ended up being fake, but after some research, comes to find out they are actually real. Found out one way where you can make sure that this is actually David's account, and it's to scroll to the top of the messages, and where it says view profile, then you would click on it, and if it takes you to David's page, then you know that these DMs are legitimate. And after he reassured me this is real, he did send me that exact video that I asked for, and just watch.
Nah, I don't do no banging, bro. I'm
The whole world's on fire. A private jet flies.
Yeah, I'm an old man, bro. I ain't doing no banging, bro.
So after doing all of my research, running it through AI, also doing the way where you can verify this is a real message, and also his words saying that they are a real message, and seeing the messages that he had with David all the way since 2023, it seems like these DMs are accurate. But now let's get into what they actually say. So on October 15th at 10:30, he said to David, "I pray it's just all misinformation. The internet sucks." David says, "It really does. So much twisted and fake." He responds, "I'm sorry, dude." And David said, "God bless you, twin. Keep going with your music. Don't stop for nothing." And mind you, in October was literally just a month after Celeste Rivas Hernandez has been identified in the front of David's Tesla.
This was a month after she was found. Now, if he was writing these messages the day she was found, an hour after she was found, it's still disgusting, but maybe it's excusable. But this was a month after. You know how much
Somebody said, why am I wearing a red hat? Are you a blood? Nope. I represent the blood of Jesus. Definitely not a blood, though. Hold on, y'all gotta restart my damn computer, man. Fuck. Gotta restart the computer, bro. Give me a second, y'all.
information we had about this a month, we knew for a fact David and Celeste had an inappropriate relationship going on a month after she was found. We knew this for a fact. The entire internet knew David was an absolute deplorable pedo a month after Celeste was found. But you're in his DMs writing him saying, "Hey, bro, man, bro, I know you innocent, bro." Huh? You know he innocent? Excuse me? Excuse me? And you're gonna release these messages as if what? Like we're gonna look at these messages and only get on that.
Man, whoever had something to do with this, bro, like you're a complete sicko, bro. Complete sicko, man. No respect to anybody who knew about this before she was found unalived in his car. This is a nasty case, bro. This shit is very disgusting, bro.
No, bro, you just exposed yourself, bro. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, homie. Now, Kaden put his TikTok.
And Mike, I ripped up a little beat earlier, man. Go check it out, man. It's on my shorts. What's up, Mike? Yeah, go check that out, man. I ripped up a little beat. One of my the people I follow on Instagram, she made a beat. And I tore that bitch up. Where did my joint go? My bad, y'all. Let me let the video play. Sorry. Trying to find my joint.
It's on private for good reasons, bro. Because we not reading these messages and thinking, oh my God, David, no, we look at this and say, David, you's a POS, you are a pedo, you are terrible. Well, who is this Caden Niece dude, man? Who is this guy who's telling David, oh, the internet is sucks and it's terrible, you know, and they just lying on you. Who are you? And we gotta look at your files. How much terabytes you got? If David got 40 and you a David sympathizer, you gotta have at least 5. Yo, man. The fact that y'all would know that this man had an inappropriate relationship with that little girl, but yet you're talking to him as if he's a victim. And David is a great manipulator. Look at how David starts to really soften up this dude. Hey, bro, if you ever need any music advice, man, hold on, bro. Hold on, man. You threw a little girl under the bus for some music advice from David?
On December 18th, this Caden kid messages David and says, I know you're innocent, bro, but why can't the world...
Appreciate it, Mike. Yeah, man, I had the little homie, she make beats and shit. She been posting beats every day for rappers to get on there, and I had to hop on one of them, show her some love and shit.
No, these people are stupid. Anyways, David responded to this saying, ha ha ha, with all humility, I would phrase it as mere ignorance rather than unintelligence. Trust in God, my friend. How has your journey into faith been going? And then David proceeds to tell him different things about the Bible, recommending things about the Bible. And then Caden responds, damn, dude, thank you. And then he says, bro, of course, my goat. When people stop stalking my Instagram followers to make conspiracy theories, I gotta follow you back. And y'all remember the rumors that were going around? People swore they kept seeing him active on different social media accounts when he was basically ghost. Well, based off these Instagram messages that I got from Caden, really was active. This message right here was very interesting because I've seen on Reddit where people were finding David's letterbox account where he was watching movies. And this is the account that they found on Reddit of David's letterbox account. And there was a lot of movies. So yeah.
Speaking of his active account, I meant to talk about this in the last video. When Fortnite came out and was issuing refunds for anybody who got David skins, I'm like, now y'all coming out trying to virtue signal, do something performative. But yet David was playing Fortnite the night before he got arrested. So y'all knew David for 100% fact had an inappropriate relationship with this young girl. We knew that. The only thing we were questioning was, did he murder her, or did she self-inflict and pass away, and then he tried to conceal the body? But now we know for a fact that David murdered this girl. But if you knew this man was having inappropriate relations with young women, why was he still allowed to have a Fortnite account? Why wasn't he banned from Fortnite?
Coincides with what the messages are as well. Last time Caden Niece actually talked to David was on March 28th, and he told him happy birthday, and David responded, thank you, brother. So this is literally just a couple of weeks before he was arrested. So definitely very interesting. You can see David's mindset. You can see him actually messaging with people on
Appreciate it, man. Thank
While
you,
this whole thing was going down. Also gonna play a slowdown video that I made from his videos that he was sending me of these conversations. That way you guys can see how
I done freestyle on the live before and shit before, but I freestyle on the live before and shit, but
let's say actually talked.
you probably one there.
Have you ever done something and thought, now this is what I was made to do?
This part takes a second because he was scrolling slower at the beginning. And I put it in slow-mo. That way we can see. And I already went through all of them to see if anything was weird in any of them, like concerning Celeste, I didn't see anything. So as you can see, back in 2023 is when they really started their conversating. And it seemed like a lot about music, or when David would post on his story, he would say something about that. Until obviously this came out, and then he started, telling David he was sorry, and he believed that David is or was innocent is what he believed. I think now he might have a different viewpoint.
Seeing messages like this makes it easier to understand how David was still partying like the night of, like days before, like he was arrested. Like David was partying up until being arrested. Like his neighbors would say, "Hey, yo, we had noise complaints at this crib of too many parties going on." Right, because this was David like secret crib he was hiding out at.
Hey, appreciate you, man. Thank you, fam. Appreciate you. Thank you. Salute. Who is that? That's Miller.
Right, while this investigation was taking place, so he was partying there. Damn near day and night. And parties usually involve other people. So seeing these messages and seeing how people look at this dude like a freaking god. Yeah, it's not hard to see like how David was still able to have friends, still able to have a social life, even after all the facts came out about him and Celeste. This is just sick, man. Y'all let me know in the comment section, what do you guys think about this, man? Do we have mercy on the...
We better check out Chicks School, y'all. Hold on.
Chicks. You know, I like Chicks Moon. Chicks Moon is somebody I really listen to. Chick just got an intellectual curiosity about things.
Oh man, grand opening, grand closing, you guys. Pooh Shiesty's lawyer, Brad Cohen, is officially off the case. Now, I'm sure you guys all remember a couple weeks ago, Pooh Shiesty's lawyer, Brad Cohen, after he was denied bail, Pooh Shiesty's lawyer did a press conference where he claimed that Pooh Shiesty was going to Staples not to print out the contract that he was going to forcefully have Gucci Mane sign, but to print out his rap.
Oh yeah, we're gonna get together, Mike. We're gonna do that.
About your client, that was part of this filing.
I want to do a singing song and a rap song with you, bro. I want to rap, you sing the hook, you sing background, and then I want to actually do an actual singing song with you too. We can sing. I sing.
Reportedly used, to a support for the arrest, and so it says the complaint claims that your client was wearing an ankle monitor because he was serving a sentence, like you mentioned, the prior case, these federal charges, I believe drug and weapons charges, and he was sentenced to home detention. He had to wear an electronic monitoring device, and they say that authorities were able to allegedly use the location data from that device to seemingly track his apparent movements near the crime scene. And I believe they say that the ankle monitor was used to track him and William Sr. to a Staples, and the allegation was there that they went to a Staples early in the day to print off that agreement, to print off the contractual release paperwork that they said they were forcing RD to later sign. And the feds also claim that the surveillance video and the GPS data, they put them there. So talk to me about...
Pooh Shiesty damn near had the whole world in his hand when he got out of jail and fumbled a fucking bag, bro.
Out the ankle monitor.
Sure. First, let me just address the Staples thing. Like, I don't even care if they're at Staples. Like, they're going to a recording studio, and normally my clients usually print off the lyrics for different individuals. If you have
niggas ain't printing off no motherfucking lyrics. They read that shit off your phone.
They'll usually print those things off, so I really didn't care about the Staples thing.
Listen, man, I know as a lawyer...
The lawyer fucked him up with that, though. That was some bullshit. That was some super duper bullshit. I don't know why the fuck he even fixed his mouth to even say some goofy shit like that. Hold on, y'all. Let me play it. Let me see.
Your job is to say the most ridiculous things to get your clients out of trouble. But even Pooh Shiesty himself, after somebody told him what you said in the press conference, said, bro, get that nigga off my case. I'm trying to come home in 50 days, not in 50 years. Brad Cohen is officially stepping down from Pooh Shiesty's legal team, and here's what he said.
All right, let's talk Pooh Shiesty. Quick update on Pooh Shiesty's case. I am just leaving Tennessee, actually, on a different federal case. I will be withdrawing off the case. No implications of me withdrawing off the case. I still think it's a great case. I think there's a lot of holes in it. I think the government has a lot of explaining to do on the case. But I will be
All-Star Junior
in will be.
Oh, you talking about dude that, yeah.
And Ken Schaefer, who's also fantastic.
I don't even know why they locked Buddy up. I don't even know why they locked him up. I mean, it didn't make any sense to me. Buddy was getting jumped by like up to like 5 people. So I just feel like, he should have Texas is a stand your ground state. So I just think that was just weird that they locked him up. It did.
Both from Dallas. I think they're going to do a phenomenal job on the case. I think it's one of those cases where once you start really screwing down on the information, the facts, I think that a lot's going to be coming out that will be beneficial to the defense. I think they're going to do a great job, and I look forward to seeing how the case winds up.
Are you looking to make new friends or just talk with people? Then you have to give live links a try.
Yeah, I wish I could hop on the album.
Bad news. Good news. We got you.
I wish I could hop on the album, man. Yeah, I feel you.
Amen, buddy. Bad news, they gave you life. Sayonara.
Now, keep in mind, Brad Cohen has represented and also gotten people out of prison. People like Kodak Black, Lil Wayne.
My little girl, she like the same. I ain't put on nothing yet. Oh, I have sample her voice. I got some tags. My little girl, she like I tagged on some of my beats and shit.
Johnson, and so many other high-profile celebrities. But for some reason in this case, he's choosing to step down. If you know you got a winnable case against the feds, why would you?
Yeah, my little girl, I got an older daughter, she's 20, and I got a little girl, she's 10, but my little 10-year-old, I tagged her voice up.
You step down. Why would you not only turn down all that money you're going to make, but also a chance to continue to boost up your profile? Lawyers typically do not back out of cases they can easily win. Now, this is what I'm thinking, you guys.
Basically, Buddy probably see that he ain't gonna be able to win that shit, bro. He like, bro, Pooh Shiesty just dead in the water at this point, bro. Like, Pooh Shiesty fucked up bad, dog. Yeah, Pooh Shiesty, he fucked up. He probably will never get out.
He got to discovery and he saw the mountain of evidence against Pooh Shiesty and he politely excused himself. Just 3 weeks ago, this was somebody that was sounding so confident that he knew the feds fucked up in this case, so much so that he led people to believe that this case was over. Pooh Shiesty was going to be coming home.
Everything that was said on the night that it occurred, they were involved the first night, and that nothing happened for 3 months. In addition to that, that I thought was quite embarrassing, was that the FBI agent says they don't have the resources to keep their eye on an individual. This is allegedly an individual that committed a crime that they then didn't watch to see if the guns were present.
Candle in the Rain, that's tight. Candle in the Rain. I'm making, it's called Cypher of Soul, the album. What's it? We talking about Pooh Shiesty right now. Okay. Yeah, that Candle in the Rain sounds tight, bro. And Cypher of Soul.
Jewelry was present, and what didn't we hear today? What we didn't hear today is there is no contract, this mystery contract. They have no contract. They have no video of this alleged signing of a contract. They have no guns, they have no jewelry, they have none of that physical evidence. What they have is they have allegedly 5 individuals, one of them being a very well-known individual that is allegedly cooperating with the government and making these allegations against my client and many more. I'm going to take like 1 or 2 questions and then we're going to scoop.
You're essentially arguing that he said no evidence.
Correct. Yeah, it's very fair. I think that this is it's a he said type of case. I mean, obviously.
This shit crazy, bro. Like, I know Pooh Shiesty in jail looking. Whew, I know you're looking bad right now, bro. Sad.
There's 5 individuals on one side. What we're missing are the other people that were present in the room.
Somebody
right?
said
the owner of the studio.
Somebody said they need subtitles. Man, watch out, bro. Watch out, bro. Cut it out.
Hear anything or see anything. The way they leave the studio, where no one is in concert with anybody else, no one's arguing with anyone else. One of the individuals says, "Hey, can I get my watches back?" Like, the story is quite unusual. And I think that the FBI knew that. I think the investigators knew that it was unusual. And I think that's why it took so long to make the arrest.
What is your response to the judge saying that, your client still violated the terms of his ankle monitor location?
Sure, those are all things that are going to be, flushed out. The fact is that he was allowed to be in certain areas at certain times. That really wasn't an argument for today. I wasn't really even going to make that argument. My main thrust of today was to really put.
I don't know, bro. Some people just, they're weird, bro. Just. Fire. Hey, bro, just put up. I ain't gonna say that, but I ain't gonna get you up out of here, but.
Show the evidence and see exactly what they had and when they had it. How about this? How about the individual who wrote the complaint, who actually...
Sound like you mad I got sunglasses. Poor thing. Poor little thing. You mad I got glasses on? Aww.
Sitting in the courtroom, who's only been an FBI agent for 4 years, does not take the stand. They put someone else on to say what she wrote in her own complaint when she's sitting in the courtroom. And that's done quite often in cases.
I don't know why people get under my pay and worry about what I got on.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
Because they don't want to put a rookie
Somebody said I'm not
stand and be measured.
It's, I'm not funny, I guess not, but they still laughing. Keep on laughing, keep on going, keep on going. Oh, no, I ain't. Man, that's probably a little kid or something got their mama phone or some goofy shit. That's a goofy motherfucker, bro. Like.
Discovery. We'll take a look at their discovery.
Look, it be the little kids be trolling and shit, Mike. You know what I'm saying? I don't even pay that shit no more attention, bro. When I first started YouTube, soundbox. Okay.
They had 3 months to get this.
You're smart. You're very smart. They said I have a sound box.
He's right,
You're right. But
Wait a minute. Who are you?
They had 3 months to get warrants. They didn't get warrants that night. They didn't get warrants the next night. They didn't get warrants the next month. They didn't get warrants the month after. They waited 3 months to get warrants on whether or not there's guns, whether or not there's jewelry, how about their cell phones, how about the computers. That really gives me great pause when I see a case that takes that long to get warrants, if you believe everything that was said on the evening that it occurred.
Hey, listen, I don't fault him either. He's never lost a federal case in his entire professional career, so you gotta wonder what's the reason why he's dropping out. Why take the case or have any interest?
this man dropping out because he know Pooh Shiesty don't stand a motherfucking chance and a snowball chance in hell, bro. Like, Pooh Shiesty is done.
If you're not going to go all the way with it, which now means for Pooh Shiesty, The replacement lawyer has to be caught up to speed on everything going on, which sometimes can be a challenge. Brad is also the same lawyer that's representing Ice Spice after she got attacked at McDonald's. And I bet you guys there's absolutely no way he's going to drop out of that easy case. Listen, man, you guys get in the comments below. Let's see how this...
Hey, y'all check out Chad Smooth. We're about to, let me see. We're about to check out Hip Hop Buddha. The next 2 videos we're going to react to is Hip Hop Buddha. So, oh my God. This a video by Ashley Janae, the lady who allegedly unalived herself in Zanzibar. So we about to see what's up with that.
We back. We finna get into this video, man. They said Ashley Janae had went off on her fiance because she had found out he was taking the local girls on trips. You know what I'm saying? And RIP to her. They say her family just got the body back. They waiting on the autopsy to come back so they can find out and see if what really happened to her is what they said what happened to her. But let's get into this.
So, we have more updates about the Ashley Janae and Joe McCann case from the Director of Criminal Investigations and locals down in Zanzibar. Now, what you should know is that a lot of what is being reported is in Swahili because it's info coming from the locals. But y'all are in luck because your girl understands the language, so I can assure you that nothing will be lost in translation. There are details about how Ashley and Joe had several heated arguments from the moment they stepped in Zanzibar, how Joe was a frequent...
Let's see. That's one of the first red flags. You know what I'm saying? You know, they tried to say she took her own life, but the whole time that she was there with her fiance, they was having arguments and getting into it so bad that they had to be separated and put in different rooms.
Visitor in Zanzibar and wasn't a visitor at the resort, and how they argued because he would leave Ashley in the villa to go and hook up with local women. Yikes,
Peace out, Mike.
Cheating with locals?
Peace
Apparently,
out.
Joe also had a friend in Zanzibar who was brought in for questioning. And I've also seen some reports of Ashley's engagement ring being found and allegedly having blood stains. Baby, it's messy as hell. And info is coming in hot.
Come
Okay,
back
first of all, I don't know why this report is not
tomorrow
available
night,
online,
I'm really
but I was
gonna
able to
turn
track
up
it down from one of the
tomorrow
news
night.
sites in Zanzibar. And the Director of Criminal Investigations has provided a detailed timeline, stating that Joe
Good night,
and Ashley
man.
checked into Zuri Hotel, Villa number 25, with a planned departure for April 10th, 2026. He confirmed that, just like the streets were saying, there was a dispute between the two of them, and it was so bad that the person in Villa number 24 alerted the hotel staff, and that's when they were separated into different rooms. He said that the staff decided to relocate Joe to Villa number 65, which is approximately 8 to 10 minutes from Ashley's room. Now, at around 7:30 p.m., on the day Ashley was found, one of the attendants was doing his evening rounds when he visited Villa number 25 where Ashley was staying, and she told him that she needed a phone charger. The attendant gave Ashley his phone charger and then proceeded to Villa 24 and 26, but Ashley had told him to come back after about 10 minutes. According to what the Director of Criminal Investigations said, the attendant went back after about 20 minutes. He knocked on the door, there was no answer, and all the lights were turned off. Maybe he felt that something was off since they had agreed with Ashley that he should go back for his phone charger after a few minutes. And when he couldn't get a hold of her, he used his emergency key to open the door. And that's when he discovered Ashley suspended from the internal wardrobe hanging rod using a gray bathrobe belt. Based on the report, at the time, she was still alive but struggling.
All right, so let me get this straight. They saying she did this with a hanger and a belt to the bathrobe. Yeah, I don't believe that. What I felt like was suspicious to me was that, like, I don't know how they do it over there, but if y'all found her dead, like, what was the pictures and all that stuff at? Like, where was the pictures at? What was, you know what I'm saying? Like, we ain't see no pictures or nothing. Like, they said at this villa or place or wherever they was at, they said it was cameras all over the place.
Why we ain't seen no camera footage or nothing like that? That is real suspicious, man. When people go on trips, they be taking, you know, a lot of pictures and everybody have their phone in their hand, but yet we haven't even seen no video of them.
The only video I seen was where I guess he proposed to her with the lions, the lions in the film or whatever. That's the only video I seen of them over there. I wonder if they got her phone and her family was able to look through her phone and see if she had any kind of texts or anything that, you know.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So he raised the alarm and they rushed Ashley to the nearest hospital. Then, after initial treatment, Ashley was transferred to another hospital for specialized care, but she passed on the next day at about 3 p.m. Now, I've seen how this part about the attendant has brought confusion online, but what you need to understand is that this attendant had given Ashley his phone charger, and I'm assuming he probably told her that his shift would be over soon and he needed his phone charger back, which is why Ashley probably told him to go back after a couple of minutes. Honestly, at first, this is what I thought made sense, only to come across POVs from the locals saying that Joe wasn't exactly a stranger in Zanzibar. He actually knew the lay of the land, and the people at the resort knew him well. And now, a lot of people are wondering whether they were covering for Joe. Think about it. The staff claims they moved Joe to a completely different villa that was 10 minutes away. Then, they claim Ashley told the attendant to come back for his charger in a similarly short window of time. Isn't it a bit too convenient? By placing Joe 10 minutes away and having a staff member discover the scene soon after, they create a timeline where it's physically impossible for...
And that's a whole nother thing that's misleading. 1 minute, they say Joe the one that found it. The next minute, they saying staff or somebody found it. It's like so many different stories. Actual stories that came out from them is so misleading, you don't know what to believe.
For Joe to have been in the room, to some people, considering these are people he apparently...
Somebody trying to crank their car up out there. That shit sound like their battery dead or something. Or they need a new starter.
Before. It feels less like a carefully constructed alibi to prove there's no way he could have committed a crime. And here's the thing. The locals are saying that because of that familiarity, Joe was well aware of how things worked behind the scenes, specifically the fact that the local police and the staff could be bribed. It definitely adds a different layer to the story when you realize he chose a spot where he knew he could likely buy his way out of trouble if things went south. Apparently, what the police are not saying is that they took about 10 people into questioning, including the hotel staff and a white friend of Joe who was in Zanzibar at the time. Like, this man was so at home in Zanzibar that he even had foreign friends there. Plus, it also doesn't make sense that Ashley's family is still being kept in the dark about autopsy results, even though it's been completed. Her father had to fly to DC just to get US officials to help communicate with Tanzanian authorities, but they're still not releasing her body or the findings. Like, what are they really hiding? Or covering up? But that's not even all, guys. I know a lot of y'all have also been wondering what the arguments were all about. Well, a source from Zanzibar is now revealing that Joe and Ashley were arguing because he was cheating on her, and he would leave the villa to go and be with other local women.
I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I'm trying to be faithful to my girl. You know, I'm trying not to stray away or do nothing crazy. Trying to keep myself, you know, trying to be the best version of myself. But yeah, man, to cheat on somebody who you just got engaged to, that's crazy.
In Zanzibar. Apparently, there was even another argument at the reception because somebody was flirting with Ashley, and he got offended, and Ashley started screaming about him cheating on her. This was the problem, and I don't know how this escalated to the point where she lost her life.
Man,
trust
that
me,
lady
we are going to find...
That lady was beautiful, bro. That lady was, whew. I'm talking about super fine.
Out soon. And about these issues, one of Ashley's friends is now saying that Ashley had told her that she was scared and that she wanted to end things because she had had repeated arguments with Joe and major fights even before she went on the trip. According to the friend, Ashley wanted to leave, but she was afraid because this...
Is this sin to drink alcohol as a Christian?
Hey, that's a great question. You know, the Bible doesn't say that drinking alcohol is a sin itself. It talks more about drinking in moderation. Jesus turned water into wine, and Paul even advised Timothy to have a little wine for his stomach. but the warnings are really clear about not getting drunk or letting alcohol control you. What's your experience been with this?
Well, I don't drink because I'm under 21, but I've always wondered this because I always see people drinking.
Got it. That makes total sense. It's awesome that you're thinking about this from a faith perspective. Even though drinking alcohol isn't automatically a sin, it's also about honoring God with your choices and staying true to your convictions.
Ladies, ain't nothing wrong with y'all having fun and living y'all life, but understand something. Y'all go on trips with these dudes, make sure you keeping yourself safe at all times. If you do got a problem with them, just stop talking to them or stop dealing with them, you know what I'm saying, when you get back over here or something, but don't do it over there. Because if something happens to you over there, it's gonna get treated than how it would.
Yeah, because I mean, I don't believe this young lady killed herself. I don't believe that shit. I don't believe it at all. I believe this young lady, something nefarious happened with her. I don't believe that she killed herself, bro. I believe that something weird happened, and I feel like they're covering it up. I feel like they need to investigate this more in depth. I feel like U.S. officials should go over there and just figure out, you know, what really happened with this young lady, because I don't believe that she killed herself, bro. That
would have been treated if it happened to you over here in America. You know what I'm saying? These different countries, they be having different rules and policies and stuff on how they do some stuff. Just to be on the safe side, just make sure, you know what I'm saying, y'all ain't out there bopping around. Bop it! And y'all keep yourself safe.
This man is very aggressive, and after a bit of digging, I also found other incidents from the past that put a lot of question marks on Joe's character. Like, there's an article from when Joe married his first wife in 2018, and the article starts off when she said this was the toughest decision of her life. Can you imagine your wedding to the man you supposedly love being the toughest decision in your life? So this is what happened. The ex-wife, who I won't mention by name, has a father, but she was tasked with the decision of walking down the aisle alone because the dad refused to walk her down the aisle. Ask yourself this. Why would a father refuse to walk his daughter down the aisle on his daughter's most important day? It's obviously because he had a problem with Joe, right? And it's likely because he had seen the signs. Now, I'm gathering that from the influence of Joe, he convinced the bride to walk down the aisle alone. And as she came down the aisle at that moment, she said he promised her, "You will never have to walk alone in life again." The sad thing is that Joe made this promise to her only for him to leave her in 2021 while she was pregnant with their second baby. Allegedly, there was a lot of aggressive behavior in this marriage as well, and that's why people are saying they believe that when it comes to Ashley, Joe was the aggressor. I've also heard that reporters said there was no forced entry into Ashley's room. However, they did find Ashley's engagement ring in a rental car at the end of the hotel. Apparently, the ring was a little concerning to them because it has blood stains on it, and they took it in for forensic to check if the blood belonged to Ashley, Joe, or someone else. This part I honestly cannot verify, so I won't dwell much on it. But as soon as I get more details, I will definitely break it down.
Yeah, and the family did say that her body came back, and they said they didn't get none of her belongings. Or that ring, I don't know what's going on with that. Her belongings, period. They said they didn't get any of them.
Down. And by the way, let me clear something up because a lot of people have been tagging the wrong resort on social media. Ashley did not die at the hotel with the lion that has been popping up on our timelines since the story broke. This resort is in another town in Tanzania and not Zanzibar where she died. In fact, the team at Serval said Ashley was happy when she was at their resort, and they responded to one of the posts saying, "We truly understand your concern, and we are deeply saddened to see this happen. During her time with us, she was very happy, which is clearly reflected in her experience and her last social media posts from Serval. She left our premises in good condition and in a positive mood. The incident did not occur at our property, and we do not have further information regarding the situation or the person she was with. We kindly advise following official updates from the relevant authorities for accurate information."
Basically, we ain't got nothing to do with that. Leave us alone.
See, these issues between Joe and Ashley escalated in Zanzibar, where Joe was familiar with the resort and the staff, where he knew he could pay his way out. and where he would leave Ashley in the villa to allegedly go and hook up with local women. And to think that this happened immediately after the engagement? Of course she crashed out. What we are still trying to figure out is whether or not he's the one who unalived her. And we can only know whether there was foul play when the authorities in Tanzania release the real autopsy, which is taking too long. Meanwhile, let me know what you think of how this case.
Yeah, man.
I think this is the next one. We're going back to hip hop booty, y'all. This might be the last one I do for tonight.
And we back with another one, man. I have to check out this video. XXX says she on Killer. Spoke out. This guy was one of the dudes. I mean, he was telling since like the first day. I mean, cut big deal. Like he got a great deal. I think he only got the dude had to do like 3-5 years or something like that. They say he out, man. Been talking. Let's see what he had to say, man. Let's get right into the video.
As he grabbed the bag, shots are fired. Who shoots the shots that are fired? Michael Bullwright.
Robert Allen, one of the 4 men convicted.
Damn, Michael Bullwright, he snitched like that? Wow, bro. Man told on everybody.
In the 2018 murder of XXXTentacion, was released from prison in October 2023 after taking a plea deal and testifying against his co-defendants. Before and during his release, he gave police, prosecutors, and a jury the most complete account anyone from inside that Dodge journey has ever provided. Here's what Robert Allen said and what it cost everyone involved. The robbery. On June 18, 2018, Yase Dwayne Ricardo Onfroy, the rapper known as XXXTentacion, withdrew approximately $50,000 in cash from a Bank of America branch in South Florida. He put the money in a Louis Vuitton bag. Then he drove to Riva Motorsports, a motorcycle and watercraft dealership in Deerfield Beach, Florida. His step-uncle, Leonard Kerr, was in the passenger seat of his black BMW i8. Onfroy was 20 years old. He was looking at motorcycles. He did not come back. Earlier that year, Onfroy had been making headlines both for his music and for the legal proceedings that surrounded him. His debut album had just dropped. His fan base was following his every move online. He was the kind of person whose car model you could identify from.
And it's crazy, man. I remember, like, when he first came out, like, his fan base just ballooned like crazy. Like, he was still here, man. Shorty would have been big. I don't think he would have cut off, like, Lil Pump and all the rest of them dudes like that, but he was on top. He was doing his thing.
On an Instagram post, whose daily movements were public enough that a man at a probation office months earlier had recognized him and filed the memory away for later. At that same time, 4 men from Fort Lauderdale were in a rented black Dodge Journey SUV. They had been driving around South Florida with guns, masks, and a plan to rob whoever they could find. The 4 were Dedrick Devonshire Williams, Michael Sherrill Boatwright, Trayvon DeMarcus Newsom, and Robert Allen IV. Williams was 22, Boatwright was 22, Allen was 22, Newsom was the youngest, 20, the same age as the man they were about to kill. Williams was the one they called Chucky. He had prior arrests for grand theft auto, burglary, assault, and cocaine possession. He was on probation at the time.
Yeah, he looked like he was guilty. They was gonna slam him off top anyway.
And worked as a tattoo artist. He had 4 children. He was also the one driving the SUV that day, and the one who recognized the BMW i8 in the rival parking lot. He had seen Onfroy before at a probation office and recognized his car from Instagram. Williams pointed it out to the group. He pulled up Onfroy's Instagram on his phone and matched the car and the photo to the car in the lot. He had an exit pass. That was how the group confirmed their target before anyone got out of the car. The vehicle they were driving had been...
Man, this is one of the most senseless... Man, rest in peace, X, man. This is one of the most senseless murders in hip hop. They robbed this man and basically took a great artist, great man away from this earth. Before he passed away, he had that challenge, talking about be a better person, help people, things of that nature like that. So I just really feel like, you know, R.I.P. to this man, bro. Like, you know.
Yeah, I better stop. And I ain't gonna lie, to this day, you still see people on Instagram showing their cars, showing their money. All that, man. Y'all better chill.
The day before. It was Dietrich Williams' idea to get a car for robbing people. They used a woman named Tony Robinson because Allen was the only one with a valid driver's license and needed to be the one to drive.
Tell us about that. Whose idea was it to rent a vehicle? You have to speak up nice and loud.
The plan, as Allen would later testify.
I ain't gonna try to say the name all over like he ain't.
You already telling, bro. You're told, bro. You're told. But I'm glad that, you know, justice is being served because X was a good guy.
Already been snitching, nigga. No, nigga, say it with your chest, nigga. You tell it now. You done told already. Dietrich, yeah, there you go.
Was general and unstructured. Drive around and rob someone with Ubers or anyone they spotted. They had not set out that morning to find XXX Tentacion. They had set out to find anyone. All four of them expected to be armed with firearms. Everyone was supposed to wear a mask.
Did at any point all four of you expect to be armed with a firearm? Yes. Okay. And what was the purpose of having a mask or masks?
Allen had a Springfield .40 caliber handgun. Newsom had a Smith & Wesson .38 revolver. Williams had his own .38 revolver, one with a distinctive hammer, bow, and trigger. Boatwright had a .22 caliber short-barreled rifle. When the Dodge Journey pulled up on Dixie Highway and Williams spotted the BMW, the decision to rob Onfroy was not stated out loud. It didn't need to be. Williams told Allen and Newsom to go inside and confirm the identity. Boatwright and Newsom told Allen to go in with Williams to hear it from him directly. Allen went in. He walked past Onfroy, who was inside browsing with Kerr.
Business news today. It's everywhere and it moves fast.
But knowing more gives you an edge.
From your job to your finances to
Look, we finna go in here and be on camera. And make sure, even though we outside and they ain't got us on the camera yet, but we finna go in the inside and make sure, we ain't gonna wear no mask, no nothing. Make sure they see our face and everything, because we gotta make sure it's him.
Goofy ass nigga. Goofy, bro.
These dudes don't be having no plan.
Allen believed Onfroy didn't notice him. Williams bought 2 black neoprene masks at the...
But they even if they wouldn't have went inside the actual store, they had video of them doing the actual crime. So even if they wouldn't have went inside, it still would have been a way to, figure out who the hell did this shit.
Counter while they were inside. They walked back out to the SUV.
I think, if I'm not mistaken, all 3 of them had.
In the car, Allen said it was not a good idea. He told the group that he and Williams had already been captured on the store's surveillance. Boatwright and Newsom hesitated. Then Williams asked if they were scared. Boatwright said something to the effect of, "All right, we're gonna get him." Newsom agreed. Allen refused to get out. He was already on camera. Boatwright and Newsom put on masks and hoodies. Williams would stay at the wheel. The Dodge Journey moved across the...
So y'all put on a mask that y'all just bought from the shop, but y'all went in the shop with no mask on. Yeah, all of them deserve life.
Street and parked. They waited 8 minutes and 35 seconds. That wait was captured on surveillance video. At trial, the lead prosecutor, Pascala Chile, played the footage in silence for the jury for the full duration. 8 minutes and 35 seconds of stillness and waiting to show them what premeditation looks like in real time. When Onfroy and Kerr came out of the dealership and got into the BMW, Williams moved. He pulled the Dodge Journey forward and blocked the BMW's exit. Boatwright and Newsom got out fast. Boatwright came to the driver's side window with the rifle. He pointed it directly at Onfroy. Newsom came around to the same side, grabbing at Onfroy's gold chain. He couldn't get it off. Then ran around the car to the passenger side and entered the BMW. He grabbed the Louis Vuitton bag containing the $50,000. Kerr, in the passenger seat, was ordered to stay put. He ran instead down the road, away from the car. He survived. Newsom came back with the bag. The robbery was complete.
As he grabbed the bag, shots are fired. Who shoots the shots that are fired?
Michael Bullrun.
Where did he shoot him from? What side of the car? So if Triple X is in the driver's seat and Michael Boatwright is in the driver's side, the shots are coming onto Triple X's left side or right side? Which side?
Yes.
Then, 3 shots entered Onfroy's neck. 2 bullets remained inside his body, 1 fragmented. The gunshots clipped the upper lobe of his left lung and grazed his aorta. Onfroy was unarmed. He had not reached for anything. The bag was already gone when the shots were fired. He was pronounced dead at Broward Health North Hospital at 4:51 p.m. EDT. The 4 men fled in the Dodge Journey. They crashed it during the getaway and eventually made their way back to Allen's house on 17th Court. Williams caught an Uber separately. At the house, they opened the bag.
Okay, so what was in the bag? How much? $50,000.
They split the cash into 4 piles. Williams, Boatwright, and Newsom each took.
You ain't gonna give it to me like that. Then y'all took pictures with the money?
Yeah, they so damn stupid.
I'm just lost for words, bro.
They took pictures with the money, ain't got no job. You went out and robbed somebody and took pictures of their money.
$15,000. Allen, who had stayed in the car, received $5,000. Boatwright argued Allen hadn't participated enough to deserve an equal share. The guns left with Boatwright and Newsom, the Louis Vuitton bag, the bank slips, the key fob to Onfroy's car, all of it left with them. On the drive back from Riva, they had learned via their phones that Onfroy had died.
Why don't you got any shot? Besides, check his maybe not being shot. Oh, what I said, check you with an shot.
That same day and the day after, the group's phones captured what came next. Cell phone videos posted.
And see, this is another thing y'all need to learn. Just like how in a Young Dolph case, where they only paid Cornelius $800 or whatever, he said he got $800. And then he went up in there and so them a cut of the money like you gonna have your cut of the money. Because when they get caught, they will tell on you, just like dude's doing right here.
Posted to social media showed Williams, Boatwright, and Newsom fanning stacks of $100 bills, dancing and smiling, hours after the shooting. Dedrick Williams was arrested 48 hours later during a traffic stop in Pompano Beach. He was wearing orange sandals and a white tank top, the same outfit visible in the Riva security footage. And
in Florida, bro, what I keep telling y'all about them slides. Now, he had the nerve to have on some bright orange slides. You think we ain't gonna know that was you? And then you got
They look like jail slides. So you was already ready to go to jail.
Same, how? Wait a minute. How do you take all that money and pop out with the same outfit on? Y'all ain't got no drip down there. Y'all don't get fresh or something like, what's going on down there? This was stupid. And you put on the same, you kept the same outfit on for 2-3 days after y'all robbed them, and you got $15,000. Boy, you an idiot.
In his own Instagram post from the day, he had not changed his clothes. He had not taken down his posts. Boatwright was arrested July 5th on separate drug charges. The murder warrant was served to him in jail 5 days later on July 10th. Allen was arrested in Georgia on July 26th, more than a month after the crime. He had traveled there with Boatwright before the two split off in separate directions. Trayvon Newsom turned himself in at his attorney's office on August 7th. He was the last of the 4 to be taken into custody. All 4 were charged with first-degree premeditated murder and armed robbery with a firearm. They were indicted by a grand jury in July 2018. The case was on camera from the moment Williams walked into the dealership to the moment the SUV disappeared down the road. Detectives had the group buying masks. They had them waiting in the lot. They had the ambush. They had the getaway. What they needed, the inside story of who decided what, who said what, and why a robbery that was already over still ended with a 20-year-old shot dead in his seat, was going to come from someone inside the car. That person was Robert Allen.
The whole world's on fire. A private jet flies to
Someone inside the car. That person was Robert Allen. The testimony. Robert Allen was, on paper, the least violent figure in that Dodge Journey. He had stayed in the car. He had taken the smaller share of the money. He had even said out loud before the robbery happened that it was a bad idea. But he had also confirmed Onfroy's identity inside the store, helped plan the logistics of the vehicle rental, taken the $5,000, and said nothing to police for weeks. None of that made him innocent, and the prosecutors knew it. What it made him was useful, because the story he could tell, if he told it fully and truthfully, was exactly the kind of story that could seal 3 first-degree murder convictions. Getting him to tell it fully and truthfully was the work of a detective named John Curcio.
So he got paid the less amount of money, but he also got the less amount of jail time, and he cooked the other 3. Crazy.
Who went by Mongo, and an interrogation room in Broward County that Allen would later describe as making his claustrophobia set in. The interrogation has since been posted online and circulated widely. It begins with the formalities of any recorded statement, a swear-in, introductions, the presence of Allen's attorney. Then Curcio, methodical and patient, starts from the beginning.
The easiest way to start talking about the case you're under arrest for, which is XXX's case, let's talk about the car, the Dodge Journey.
What follows over the next half hour is a slow excavation. Allen hedges at first, using I think and I guess when asked for specifics. Curcio calls him on it repeatedly. He points out that small lies make the big things hard to believe. He tells Allen that fingerprints are already on the car. The camera footage already puts him inside the Driftwood apartment complex getting into the journey. That Chucky, Williams, has already told a version of events. Bit by bit, Allen starts filling in the picture. He describes how Williams organized the rental, how Tony Robinson's name went on the app because the others couldn't. He describes arriving at Chucky's house before going to Reva, the group watching TV, the conversation about masks. He describes coming up Dixie Highway toward the dealership when Williams first spotted the BMW and said it was him. He describes being told to go inside and confirm it.
All right, what kind of gun?
They ain't give him no food. Like, he ain't had no food, no nothing. But in the back of his mind, he had to remember, like, they gave me the least amount of money. Anybody y'all get the least amount of money to is gonna tell everything. Hey, yo, what the fuck? They gonna tell it all.
And the boat right now.
It's like small. Real small.
So they're going down like a rifle or a handgun?
Right.
He names the weapons, and places the guns at Chucky's house. He confirms who had what. He describes the moment in the parking lot when Williams said to rob Onfroy of his jewelry, bracelets, necklaces, rings, and the conversation in the car where he said it was not a good idea and nobody listened.
Okay, what happens is when they see him?
When Chucky cuts him off.
He describes the return to his house, the money in stacks of 10,000, the split, the immediate aftermath, driving back from Riva with the reality of what had just happened.
Okay, so you guys had to talk about something.
It was basically me talking to him. I'm just, I'm gonna go to jail for the rest of my life. They're like, you'll be alright. You're not going.
My whole thing is, though, you was the driver. So why you just didn't drive out when you said this a bad idea?
FBI, open up!
This is crazy, bro.
It's not gonna happen to you.
The interrogation gave investigators the bones of a confession. The plea deal, nearly 4 years later, would require Allen to give them the flesh. On August 12, 2022, Allen pleaded guilty to second-degree murder and armed robbery with a firearm. The first-degree premeditated murder charge, the one carrying mandatory life, was dropped in exchange for his full cooperation and testimony at the trial of Williams, Boatwright, and Newsom. Allen understood the terms clearly. He would get to go home one day. The others would not. The joint trial opened on February 7th,
And you know what's so crazy about that? Imagine you have to take that charge with a gun and all that, and you never even put a gun in your hand. But you gotta take this plea, and you got to tell them everything they want to know, just so you get the chance to see the light of day again. But you ain't shot nobody. You ain't even touched the guns. Crazy, bro.
2023 in Broward County Circuit Court before Judge Michael A. Usan. Allen took the stand on February 8th and remained there through February 13th, 4 days of testimony. He gave prosecutors the frame that the surveillance footage by itself could not provide. The cameras had shown 2 masked figures near a car. Allen could tell the jury whose faces were behind those masks. He described the planning in the car, the decision to wait, the way Williams had directed the whole operation from the driver's seat. He described Boatwright and Newsom arming themselves, the move to block the BMW BMW, the speed with which Boatwright and Newsom got out. That was the prosecution's framing and opening statements. Allen's testimony was built to confirm it, detail by detail. Boatwright at the driver's side window with the rifle, Newsom going for the chain and then the bag, Newsom returning to the SUV, the bag secured, and then the shots fired without any provocation whatsoever. Allen said directly, as he's grabbing the bag, shots are fired. He named Michael Boatwright as the shooter. He said Boatwright fired 2 or 3 times. He said Enfoy was on the left side of the vehicle. He said the whole confrontation lasted approximately 3 minutes. He testified that on the drive away from Riva, the group learned Enfoy had died. Boatwright turned the music up. Defense attorneys spent days dismantling him. They called him a 12-time felon. They called him a career liar motivated by self-preservation. They accused him of altering his story between the 2018 interrogation and the 2023 trial to match what prosecutors needed. The attorney for Boatwright was particularly aggressive, pressing Allen on every inconsistency, every hedge, every I think and I guess from years earlier. Allen did not collapse. He admitted he wanted a lighter sentence. He admitted he was not a reliable person by any standard measure. But he also said this, well, I definitely would like to get a lighter sentence, yes, but I definitely have remorse. I mean, I sit and look at the stand and see people crying, and I'm trying to do my best to get Enfoy's family and friends and his fans justice. The defense also had to contend with the fact that every specific thing Allen said could be checked against physical evidence, and it matched. DNA extracted from the black neoprene masks purchased inside Riva and used during the robbery matched Dedrick Williams with a statistical probability rarer than 1 in 8.
I know Buddy better not go back to Florida, though. You need to get the hell on. You need to move out of Florida, because they might get him for that one, though.
31 octillion. Boatwright's DNA on a second mask produced odds rarer than 1 in 929 non-alien. These numbers were provided by forensic analyst Nicole Einat of the...
You ain't even have to do no DNA and all that. You see them better mask out the shop.
Broward County Crime Lab. Boatwright's phone had pinged at Riva at the exact time of the shooting. It had Bluetooth paired with the rented Dodge Journey. A box of .22 caliber bullets recovered from Boatwright's home was missing exactly 4 rounds, the same count as the shots fired at Enfoy. A separate .22 caliber bullet was found at Williams's home. Boatwright's fingerprints were recovered from the exterior driver's door of Enfoy's BMW. Boatwright's phone also showed he had searched both XXXXXTentacion and Accessory to Murder in the aftermath of the shooting. Williams's then-girlfriend, Tanel Carter, testified independently. She told...
I knew a bop was gonna come in somewhere.
Bop it! Bop it.
You know she gonna tell it.
The jury that Williams had confessed to her that he had orchestrated the robbery and murder, and that he had then tried to get her to sign a false affidavit.
Let me tell y'all something right now.
Don't tell no Bop.
Stop trying to look cool for these females and tell y'all crimes. He put himself as the leader to her. Stop doing that. Because if y'all get into it, or if they come pick her up, she's going to tell on you.
Definitely.
It happens every single time.
Claiming he was not the getaway driver. She refused. Meanwhile, in the holding cells during the trial, a Broward sheriff's deputy observed Trayvon Newsom yelling at Allen during transport, calling him a police a sellout, and accusing him of working with the white man. Allen testified about...
They call him a police ass nigga. That's funny, bro. Police ass nigga.
Intimidation attempt. It became one of the trial's most discussed moments. Defense teams tried to introduce a conspiracy theory involving rapper Drake, pointing to a years-old public feud between Drake and Enfoy.
Yeah, they tried to blame Drake for killing X. Drake ain't had nothing to do with this at all, bro.
As a potential alternate motive. Investigators and witnesses dismissed it entirely. Allen stated explicitly that no one else was involved and that the crime was a spontaneous robbery with no external orchestration. During deliberations, jurors specifically requested access to nearly 1,200 text messages from the defendant's phones. They deliberated for more than 27 hours across 8 days, long enough that speculation about a hung jury began circulating online. Legal commentators pointed to the complexity of the case. 3 defendants, 3 3 separate attorneys, and a body of evidence so dense that jurors had to work through it one thread at a time. The near 1,200 texts alone represented hours of reading. The extended deliberations were not a sign of weakness in the prosecution's case. They were a sign that the jury took the responsibility seriously. Then, on March 20th, 2023, the jury returned to the courtroom. Guilty. All 3 defendants, all counts, first-degree murder, armed robbery with a firearm.
You think they knew they was guilty.
The verdict was read. Michael Boatwright turned toward Onfroy's family in the gallery and blew a kiss. The release sentencing day was April 6, 2023.
What are you in there blowing kisses for? Boy, you finna do life. You ain't never getting there.
3 men stood before Judge Michael A. Usan and waited to hear the number of years remaining in their lives, a number that turned out, for all 3, to be the same, every single one. For Trayvon Newsom and Dedrick Williams, the sentence was life in prison without the possibility of parole, mandatory, non-negotiable, handed down with the quiet procedural efficiency of a verdict whose math had already been settled. For Michael Boatwright, the one who had fired the shots, the one who had blew a kiss at the dead man's family, it was heavier still. 2 consecutive life sentences without parole.
They gave him lifetimes too. Oh, God, Jesus. All this blowing kisses and all that. Gonna give him life 2 times. Lord have mercy.
Plus a consecutive 30 years. Judge Usan looked at Boatwright directly and said, "You turned a robbery into a murder. On that day when you stood there and fired that weapon, you didn't just end 1 life. You effectively ended 5 lives, including your own. You will spend the rest of your life in prison, in a cell that has a stainless steel slab attached to the wall. That's your bed. And next to it is a stainless steel sink and a stainless steel toilet. And one day, they'll come and open up that cell in the morning, and you'll have passed on." And only
motherfucker threw their life away, bro. For $50,000, bro. They could have worked for that $50,000. Could have got a job and made that.
on that day will you have served your sentence. Boatwright sat through it and showed nothing. 6 weeks later, on May 17th, 2023, Robert Allen stood in that same courtroom for his own sentencing. What the room heard from him was the thing the other 3 had never provided in any meaningful form: acknowledgement of what had been done, directed at the people it had been done to. He told the judge, "If I have to die in prison, then so be it. I know the risk I was taking. Let justice be served. Please forgive me." Judge Usan noted that Allen had shown what he described as genuine remorse, a quality conspicuously absent from the 3 men sentenced before him. The judge also cited the work Allen had done beyond this case. He had provided information that led to probable cause in an unrelated ZMF gang cold case murder, and
he told, he gave them the 6'9" treatment. He done told on some other people too. Oh no! No fool. Just straight telling. Oh man. Woo, that boy dangerous.
Prosecutors had told the court he had put his own life at risk by cooperating against gang affiliates. Onfroy's family had been consulted before the plea was finalized. They accepted the arrangement. Allen was sentenced to 7 years in prison, with credit for approximately 4 years, 9 months, and 20.
Is it a sin to gossip as a Christian?
So you only did like
gossip
3
can
years.
definitely be a tricky thing. The Bible actually talks a lot about it. Like in Proverbs, it says gossip can stir up conflict and hurt others.
They got life. Buddy that blew the kiss got double life. This man got 7 years.
Damn.
And got credited for 4.
So he only did
21
3.
days already served in pretrial detention. The math left him with roughly 2 years to serve. In practice, the sentence had almost already been served. The time spent waiting for the trial to happen had
That
counted as
motherfucker
the
got
sentence
2
itself.
years,
On
bro.
October 26th,
2 fucking years, bro. That's crazy. Hold on.
2023, Robert Allen IV was released from prison. He walked out to 20 years of probation, a sealed home address, weekly phone check-ins with his probation officer, mandatory in-person meetings every 6 weeks, and a standing court order prohibiting any contact.
So he can't even get out of Florida. He got to stay in Florida. Shit, he might get got though. They might try to get him for that, for X.
with Onfroy's family. He was not permitted to resurface publicly. He was not permitted to become a story. For a while, he didn't. The world, for the most part, moved on. Then came October 2024. From inside Martin Correctional Institution in Florida, where Boatwright was housed following his conviction, the shooter found a way to unlock his phone and access Instagram. What he posted was the same unguarded defiance he had shown in every other moment since the day he fired 3 shots into a 20-year-old's neck. "I'm not sorry for nothing I did." He added that he was not an evil person. The post spread immediately. Onfroy's mother publicly responded. Fans who had been following the case since 2018 saw it and remembered everything all over again. The clip circulated.
Double life, I guess double life just wasn't enough. You went there on double life, still trying. You couldn't unlock your phone and Google, how could I possibly reduce a double life sentence? You decide, I'm going to unlock my phone, get on my Instagram account, and let everybody know I'm not sorry for what I did.
Circulated on YouTube, TikTok, Twitter, and Instagram, reaching people who had never heard of Boatwright and people who had never forgotten him. The irony of the post, that the same man whose own phone had betrayed him through searches and location.
Yeah, that's some weirdos, bro. Weirdo.
Pings and Bluetooth connections to a getaway vehicle, was now once again using a phone to broadcast his state of mind from inside a prison, was not lost on anyone. 1 month later, Dedrick Williams made a different kind of move. In November 2024, his attorneys filed an appeal brief arguing that Drake, the Toronto rapper whose public feud with Onfroy had been extensively discussed during the original trial, should be reconsidered as an alternate suspect. The brief pointed to an Instagram post and cited the old enmity between the two artists as grounds for reasonable doubt. Drake had already been subpoenaed during the original trial. He had already been excused by the judge. Investigators had explicitly ruled out any celebrity involvement throughout the proceedings. Allen had stated under oath that no one outside the group was involved. The appeal produced no new evidence. As of early 2026, the convictions have not been overturned, and Williams remains at Wakula Correctional Institution, serving life without parole. Boatwright's own direct appeal, filed as Michael Boatwright versus State of Florida, case number 4D-12-0975, was denied by the Florida District Court of Appeal in 2025. The court rejected arguments about severance from co-defendants and challenges to the sufficiency of the evidence. The convictions stand. The sentences stand. Robert Allen, in the meantime, had been building something quieter. In September 2025, the court granted him permission to travel across the United States for work as a licensed CDL truck driver. His address remains sealed. His probation remains active. No violations have been reported. No new charges have been filed. He is somewhere on a road in the United States on probation until 2043.
2040.
Man, this dude done told on them. They ain't give him no food. Caught 7, already had served a time for 4. Get out of jail. The man whole profile sealed. And he around America somewhere driving trucks. You know what? I don't blame him. I'd have told on them niggas too. Yeah, I'd have told on them niggas too. Yeah, the plan was stupid from the beginning anyway. And then y'all go through with the plan. The whole thing was stupid. And then at the same time, Buddy ain't changed his clothes for 3-4 days. Come on, man.
Bro, you ain't changed your clothes. Bro, you had $15,000 in your pocket. And you didn't change your clothes for 3 days, my nigga. Cut it out, bro.
3. Driving. In March 2026, the story went viral again, not because anything new had happened, but because the internet had found it again. Facebook pages, Instagram accounts, Threads posts, and X threads recirculated mugshots and old news clips under headlines reading XXXTentacion murder, suspect Robert Allen released after 5 years. Many of the posts placed the release in 2025. Some framed it as a brand new development. Allen had in fact been released in October 2023, more than 2 years before the posts began circulating. The outrage the post generated was real. The timeline was wrong. But the underlying question the viral wave was really asking, the one that doesn't have a clean legal answer, was the same question it has always been. Is what Allen received actually justice? The prosecutorial answer is coherent and documented. Lead prosecutor Pascal Achille said it plainly in closing arguments. Plans hatched in hell do not have angels for witnesses. Co-conspirator testimony comes from co-conspirators. Without Allen, the masks might still be anonymous, the roles might still be disputed, and three men might still be in the kind of legal limbo that erodes cases over time. The deal was the mechanism by which the other three received the sentences they received. The human answer runs differently. Onfroy was 20 years old, shopping for motorcycles, with $50,000 in a bag he had legally withdrawn from his own bank account. Four men recognized his car, confirmed his identity, bought masks in his presence, waited 8 minutes and 35 seconds in a parking lot, blocked his exit, robbed him at gunpoint, and then shot him 3 times after the robbery was already over. One of those 4 men, the one who said it was a bad idea and took the money anyway, is driving a commercial truck somewhere in the United States today. The other 3 will die in cells with stainless steel beds. Robert Allen broke his silence in a police interrogation room. He broke it again on a witness stand. He broke it one final time in a sentencing hearing before a judge who accepted his remorse as
Yeah, man.
Yeah, that was weird. Y'all check out Hip Hop Booty. We about to go to Cut to the Chase TV. This probably be the last one I do. We about to check out Cut to the Chase TV. Young Dolph Killer exposed the reason why Yo Gotti paid him to kill. And shocking. Let's see what happened.
Need reliable insights about someone? Complete background check makes it simple to access.
What's up, fam? It's your boy, Cut to the Chase TV. Be sure to hit the like and subscribe button, and be sure to share this video. I got some
news for you Negroes today.
News for you Negroes today. Young Dolph alleged killer Hernandez Gomez was found not guilty in the court of law, and ever since the judge slammed the gavel, he been doing interviews. But the only problem is, the more he talks, the more guilty everyone involved looks. I don't care that the jury found him not guilty. I don't care that he always professes innocence every time he's on a podcast. I got common sense, so I think Hernandez Gomez is guilty as hell. Do I think Big Juke recruited him to kill Young Dolph?
Yes.
Damn right I do. Do I think Hernandez Gomez recruited Cornelius Smith and Straight Drop to get the job done?
Yes.
Damn right I do. But according to the law, he's innocent, so we just gotta accept that. But I don't like the fact that ever since he beat the case, he done turned into a podcaster. He running around all on the internet. He's speaking about the case, and he's constantly throwing Yo Gotti under the bus. Because in his latest interview, he admitted that Yo Gotti killed Young Dolph. Don't believe me? Take a listen to this clip, and we're gonna come back and break it down. It is crazy. I can't believe he said it. Let's go.
It was a situation where somebody reached out to Dolph. He ain't no OG or no shit like that. Curtis Givens, it's a nigga from Memphis, Tennessee. He owned a club or whatever. He got a few establishments in the city. But he ain't no OG or nothing in the street. You know, he got some respect in the entertainment, nightlife or whatever. But he reached out to Dolph on the advisement of Penny Hardaway. And Penny wanted to see the shit put to bed because Penny fuck with Gotti and Dolph. And Penny wanted it done for the city. So when Curtis Givens reached out to Gotti, Gotti was with it. You know, Gotti told Whoop, that's what we call Curtis Givens, told Whoop, yeah, man, you put it together, let's do it. You know what I'm saying? I'm open to it. Yeah. When Curtis Givens called Dolph, Dolph went off.
Now let's stop it right there. Hernandez Gomez is saying that former NBA player Penny Hardaway, who is now the coach of the University of Memphis basketball team, wanted Yo Gotti and Young Dolph to squash the beef. So he made a call to Yo Gotti. Yo Gotti was with it. He was saying, I ain't got no problem with Dolph. I'm willing to let bygones be bygones so we can get the paper. They called Young Dolph. Young Dolph was
and they had Penny Hardaway in this shit.
with it. Now that is very interesting because under my impression, Young Dolph, you done screwed Yo Gotti baby mama. Y'all was beefing, but I can understand why Young Dolph probably wouldn't let it go. It been multiple attempts on his life. He been shot by CMG affiliates allegedly. So, hey man, I can see why Young Dolph like F that. They try to take my life. They done shot at me. I ain't going for that. So you can't really blame Young Dolph for that. Once blood is shed, once you try to take my life, it's hard for me to forgive you and just let bygones be bygones. No, somebody got to go. And unfortunately, that was Young Dolph. Let's continue.
You know, and it wasn't nothing peaceful about how he felt about the proposition. So this is another situation where we already established the fact that if he wasn't in that car that day, he'll probably still be alive. If he would have accepted the invitation to get on the phone with Gotti, with a mediator on the phone, like Penny Hardaway or Curtis Gibbons, he could still potentially be alive right to this day.
Did you hear what he said? If you really break down what Hernandez Goldman just said, he basically said, if Young Dolph would have accepted the invitation, would have squashed the beef with Yo Gotti, would have let bygones be bygones, he would still be alive.
Man, if somebody try to kill me, ain't no bygones, bro. Ain't no bygones, nigga. The fuck? Let bygones be bygones. Watch out, bro. Watch out.
In other words, he said, if you would have just squashed the beef with Yo Gotti, he would never had killed your ass. And that's what Hernandez Goldman has said. Now we all can agree. Young Dolph made a foolish mistake. He went back to Memphis. He got his car wrapped in camouflage. It's all on Instagram. Everybody know what type of car you in. And you running around Memphis like you ain't got beef. Like it ain't been multiple attempts on your life. I get it. You wanted to stop Cheetos. You wanted that chocolate swirl cookie. That shit could have waited. I'm not risking my life for no cookie. You know what I'm saying? So I would have sent somebody else to Makitas. I would have went in an undercover car. So I really don't understand what Young Dolph was thinking. You know everybody know your car. You know everybody watch your Instagram. You got many a promo video.
Somebody, right before Dolph got killed, somebody recorded him at the gas station. And soon after that, he was unalived.
Those of you in that same car. So once somebody spots the car, they already know that's Dolph. So I wish he would have moved smarter. We all can agree on that. We all can love Dolph. We all can say we want justice for him. But we gotta admit that Young Dolph made a foolish mistake by going to Memphis and driving the same car that's on his Instagram. Ain't nothing wrong with admitting that. I know y'all guys gonna be mad at me for saying it, but he did play a role in his own demise by making that foolish mistake. And I'm kind of looking at Hernandez Goldman. Have you noticed the past few interviews, the past few podcast episodes, when he speak on the Young Dolph and Yo Gotti beef, it seems like he's throwing Yo Gotti under the bus. It seems like he's dry snitching. And it seems like he's doing it purposely. Because if I'm Yo Gotti, I'm mad as hell at Hernandez Goldman. Right when people start forgetting about me, right when the streets is willing to let bygones be bygones, Young Dolph been there for a few years, Hernandez Goldman doing an interview and reignite the rumors. So if I'm Yo Gotti, I gotta make a phone call. Hey, I might even get rid of his ass. That's how deep I am with it. And I'm pretty sure that's what Yo Gotti thinking, like, damn, this dude, man, this dude finna get everybody indicted. Every time he open his mouth, he got my name in it. He told me.
And then, Young Dolph had a song, 100 Shots. He said, damn what he said. He said, oh yeah, niggas hollering gang, gang. Niggas gonna tell on the whole gang. That's what your boy doing right now.
Under the bus. Because do y'all forget what he said just a few months ago about Yo Gotti? When he admitted once again that Yo Gotti killed Young Dolph? Take a listen to this clip of Hernandez Goldman talking about Yo Gotti and Young Dolph beef and the real reason Young Dolph was killed. Take a listen to this.
My name is Jay Prang, 55 years old, from Atlanta, Georgia. I think as you get older, you do tend to have trouble.
Goldman talking about Yo Gotti and Young Dolph beef and the real reason Young Dolph was killed. Take a listen to this.
So yeah, I can speak on it, and he did and gone. So yeah, if he knew what had just happened to your guy. So there is no way that I would have been riding around here like that, and I knew what just happened to Yo Gotti and the Yo Gotti that everybody know. He probably going on his lick back because a lot of people don't know what happened. Gotti was in town for a family function, family event, and he was in his Rolls Royce truck, and Infinity pulled up on the side of him. They let out about 60 rounds into his Rolls Royce truck, but he was bulletproof. And I got him. He ain't gonna do no social media or he ain't report the crime. So it kind of went under the radar. But they knew about it with the detectives and stuff. They knew because it's in our discovery. Yeah, so they had just happened about it like maybe a month or so prior.
You heard what he said? He said a month before Young Dolph was shot and killed, somebody pulled up alongside Yo Gotti when he was in his Rolls Royce and sent 60 shots his way. He survived because it was bulletproof, the same way Young Dolph survived when they tried to take his life. And Hernandez Gomez is saying Young Dolph had no business being in the city. The streets are saying you was behind that hit. The streets are saying your hit is the one who did it. So why would you come to Memphis in your camouflage wrapped car riding around thinking shit was sweet? And if that is true, I gotta agree with that. I gotta be fair, man. I'm not saying it's true. I don't know. That's what Hernandez Gomez is saying. But if it's true that Young Dolph allegedly sent some hitters at Yo Gotti a month prior, you don't go back to Memphis. Especially you don't go back to Memphis driving your own vehicle. That's all I'm saying. But
I remember the day he got killed. That was at work. And that shit, I did a little short about it. I was still at work, did the short. That shit was crazy the day he got killed, though. I think it was in like November sometime.
the way Hernandez Gomez is moving now is totally different than the way he was moving when he first got out. Because you remember when he first got out, he was singing Yo Gotti praises. Yo Gotti had nothing to do with it. It was big junk. They was investigating him. Everybody's innocent. Now look at him. So I'm trying to see, is he trying to extort Yo Gotti? Is he blackmailing Yo Gotti? Have they had talks in the background, in the back chat? That's what I want to know, because now he's going on a different 360. He said, yeah, Yo Gotti is the reason this happened. His beef is with Yo Gotti is the reason Young Dolph is dead. See, whether Yo Gotti did it or not, just by Hernandez Gomez saying his beef with Yo Gotti is the reason he's dead, that's enough for people to say, wait a minute, hold up. You're the root cause of Young Dolph demise. We ain't messing with Gotti. That's all the streets need to hear. Because y'all remember what Hernandez Gomez was saying when he first got out. Take a listen to this clip if you don't remember. Let's go.
Do you think if Juke wouldn't have been killed, they would have tried to charge him too?
They were definitely actively trying to charge Big Juke when he was killed. Yes, they were. They just wanted it on a higher scale.
What do you mean by that?
Federal.
Oh, word. That's what you...
Yeah.
That's what you heard?
It ain't what I heard, it's what I know.
Do you think the feds are still working on charging other people in Memphis for stuff?
Related to this case?
Yeah.
There's nobody left to charge.
Yeah, right.
It ain't nobody left to charge. I mean, who they gonna charge? Right? There ain't nobody to charge.
What was your moments like,
See, at that point, that's when the interviewer should have just dropped his nuts and said, hey, Yo Gotti, the streets are saying Yo Gotti played a part in it. His brother was killed a year after Young Dolph. The streets is saying Yo Gotti had something to do with it. They can charge Yo Gotti. He should have said that just to see Hernandez Gomez respond. Because it seemed like Hernandez Gomez was waiting on them to talk about Yo Gotti. He was throwing it out there. There ain't got nobody else to charge. Who else they gonna charge? There ain't nobody else. I was saying Yo Gotti. You are saying the feds was investigating his brother on the Young Dolph beef for the Young Dolph murder, and you telling me Yo Gotti is just clean? Yo Gotti had no idea none of this was gonna happen. Yo Gotti had.
I mean, Gotti knew, but I believe Gotti knew, but they just wasn't able to implicate him in it. And he said they was actively trying to lock up Juke behind it. So I believe if Juke would have lived and got locked up, maybe Yo Gotti would have had some issues. So you never know.
No idea that Young Dolph was being hunted. I mean, it's hard for me to believe that. I'm just being honest with you. It's possible. I'm not saying it. He ain't been charged, so he's innocent. But hey, that's kind of suspect to me. Your main op gets killed. Your brother gets killed. If he wasn't there, he'll be charged with the murder. I gotta start looking at you, then, Yo Gotti. I'm just being honest. But let's continue watching.
Sitting in that courtroom, waiting for that judge to read out your verdict of you being found guilty or not guilty. Walk us through that day, knowing that you might get sentenced, or you could be possibly sentenced for life.
The night prior was rough. I had a couple negative people in my ear, just like a couple of homeboys. Ain't no way I'm walking in there tomorrow. You crazy as hell.
Yeah.
You can walk back in there and let them folks say guilty and handcuff you. And you gotta make them do their job.
What, they're telling you to go on the run?
Yeah, the day before the verdict. As soon as they started deliberating, I had a couple partners, and they was like, man, you tougher than me, man. You're nuts, man. Like Paul Bunyan. Ain't no way I'm going there tomorrow.
Yeah.
You hear what he said? He said his partners was telling him, run. You gonna get found guilty. And that lets me know, because you tell your closest homie what you into. So it lets me know that his own homies didn't think he was gonna beat the case. They thought Cornelius Smith telling was that good. I think Cornelius Smith did a great job. Now, there's no doubt that he did it for a reason. He did it for a lighter sentence, but I think what he was saying about Hernandez Goldberg, how he was implicated.
Cornelius Cornbread Smith.
Him in the plot, I think it makes sense. Unfortunately, the jury didn't see it that way, and that's why he was found not guilty. And that's why he get to go on these podcasts and talk about it, throw everybody else under the bus by saying, I'm innocent. But you keep throwing your guys under the bus. But let's continue.
Yeah, shit, they have another news story. Quit on the run.
Because mind you, you're out. For the people who don't know, you're out on bond at this time.
I'm out on bond.
And it was like a $90,000 bond?
$90,000 bond, yeah. And
I'm here to bust a myth. People are saying if you're 18, fresh out of high school, you can't find a job. I'm here to tell you other.
Yeah, and so I ended up talking to my brother, and I just decided to just go on in there, and
So running was an option for a little bit.
Nah, I wasn't gonna say it was an option. It was funny. I was listening to my partner them call me, what I'm saying? Man, I ain't ran in all this time, I ain't finna, what I'm saying, But what you think about the what ifs.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying, and but with that being said, just going through, I mean, if you go back to the first day of jury selection when I signed the deal for the 10 years, and
Dolph family rejected it.
Yeah, they rejected it, and I didn't want to do that. I didn't want to sign the deal for the 10 years,
You said that? You hear that? He said he signed a plea deal for 10 years. He was willing to go lay down for 10 years. He said Dolph family rejected it, so he took it to trial. He beat it. He walks away scot-free, and that's where we at now. That's how we keep getting these interviews. That's how we keep getting these podcasts. He done turned into a full-blown content creator, and he do it well. That's the messed up thing about it. The nigga got out of jail, beat a murder case, turned into a content creator, and he does it pretty well. I'm just gonna be honest with you. But a lot of people don't like him. A lot of people say we riding with Team Dolph, F Yo Gotti, and a lot of people rock with Gotti. I like Young Dolph, I like Yo Gotti, but it's just a sad ending to an unfortunate situation. I feel like they could have made money together. I feel like they should have let bygones be bygones. I feel like it wasn't really worth it. I feel like it was started off small and spiraled out of control. And it just unfortunately that people thought violence was the answer. That's why I always say,
kids, violence is never the answer. Please do the right thing. You know what I'm saying? Try to get educated. Try to be creative, and you know what I'm saying. Live your life in a more positive manner. Try to be the best version of yourself, because this shit ain't worth it, bro. It's not worth it at all, bro. These people throw their lives away every day. I think somebody just got unalive yesterday at the MARTA station in Atlanta, Oakland City MARTA station. And the dudes that did it, they was two young black guys, like just threw their life away, bro.
conflict
For what?
resolution skills. Nobody want to be a man.
For
Nobody
what?
want to sit down and talk about their problems. Nobody wants to get an understanding. Everybody want to be the hardest nigga in the room. That's the main problem with our culture. Everybody got that main character syndrome, right, man?
You wanna be
Hey, I'm
tough
bored.
and shit.
Ain't no talking to me. You know, a nigga love to say ain't no talking to him. See, you get what I'm saying? So sometimes, man, it's best just to stay away. If I was your dog, I would have stayed far away from Memphis. Damn, handing out turkeys to the homeless. It ain't worth my life. I can send it through my assistants. I can hook up with a local charity. I can donate some money. Y'all get the turkeys and pass them out. I'm not passing them out myself. That's how I'm coming. You don't have to be in the city of Memphis to get back to the city of Memphis. So yeah, ain't no excuses really. I bet Yo Gotti don't go back. I bet he don't. You get what I'm saying? At least have security if you rolling. That's all I'm saying. But anyway, guys, those are my thoughts about this whole situation.
I mean, y'all check out Cut to the Chase TV. I think I might do one more to carry it out to 2 hours. But I'm about to do this, about to react to Trap More Ross, orientated by Trap Lord Ross, an update on the David, something that David said about Celeste. So let's see what this is about. Is it
Good
raining?
morning, people. I'm tired today. All right. Today I want to talk about.
Sound like it's raining.
So there's some new information about the David case that I'm going to get into with you guys today. I've got a whole bunch of different updates on different things, different topics. There's some leaked Instagram messages between David and other people that are very illuminating. We've also apparently got some supporting evidence about when Celeste and David first met. They're saying that she might have been as young as 10 years old when they first got in touch. The LAPD chief has appeared for an interview and explained the whole
10 years old, my nigga.
Hey, yo, what the fuck?
Hold on, let me see what's raining, y'all.
says behind the investigation and the timing of David's arrest. And apparently it's now being confirmed that they will be using David's lyrics in court. He's going to go down like one of these drill rappers for snitched on himself, but he didn't need to talk about no shootings, gangbangings or bodies or anything like that, but he did tell on himself extensively. So I think I'm getting a little bit cold at the moment. But anyway, I'm going to get into all of it. There's some old Coachella bits that David was wearing that were super creepy, and there's been some more controversy about people covering the case. So I'm going to get into all of that in this video for you guys right now. So one of the new things that's come out that I haven't seen anybody else really talking about is this. YouTuber Kadisha Lynn has reportedly verified the authenticity of leaked Instagram messages apparently between David and another artist. I'm pretty sure this is looking like it was happening after the body of Celeste was found. So look at this.
And then I found out one way where you can make sure that this is actually David's account, and it's to scroll to the top of the messages, and where it says view profile, then you would click on it, and if it takes you to David's page, then you know that these DMs are legitimate. And after he reassured me this is real, he did send me that exact video that I asked for, and just watch.
So look, the messages have been confirmed as real, and let's dig into it. Let's break down the entire message thread. Let's look at everything that David said in this whole debacle. Okay? Let's hear it. So
This part takes a second because
she's not gonna read it. I'm just gonna read it for you, right? Let me break it down. I'll slip coffee. We ain't heard too much from David over the past few years, so let's hear what you have to say. So what's interesting, it says these messages actually started in April of 2023. Whoever this is, they're replying to David's stories and saying, hope you sell out everywhere. Yes, sir. Already got my Chicago tickets yesterday. Mentioned David in the story. Replied to David's stories again, saying, "God damn, badass." All right. I want to see where David starts replying. So this is out, right? They're responding to David's story. They're mentioning him. They're saying, then look good up there. Don't fall down. I'm guessing that was him on stage.
Yeah, man. Appreciate y'all for kicking with me in the Comment Cafe. I want y'all to like, subscribe, share. Definitely hit the notification bell. We'll probably sign off with my freestyle or whatever. That'll be the last thing we do. Let me see. Hold on. Let me keep the video playing until I find that. Let me see. Video went off. I'm gonna sign off with my beat. With my freestyle. Let me see. What's up, y'all? Exodus 1, aka. Oh damn, I don't know what the hell. Well, I'll just get up out of here, y'all. I'm out, man. Peace, everyone.